Screw the intro, we're on the plane.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. Au nom de Lufthansa et des compagnies...
We made it.
Here we are.
And after a few hours of planes and trains and buses, the two of us have arrived in our hostel in Zurich, Switzerland, our 7th country on this trip. It is absolutely beautiful here. It's like 65 degrees out. Obviously, first things first, we're making our beds and like unpacking and stuff. And there's 3 other people here that took a train, so we traveled separately and we're gonna meet up with them. So once that's all, you know, settled out, figured out, and once we're all meet up and together, we're gonna head out and explore the city. Like I said, it's beautiful. It's like 67 degrees, mid-February in Switzerland. That doesn't happen too often. All right, we are checked into the hostel. We are on the move now. Everyone's here. Claire and Julia and Josh is here.
Hello.
Shay went to get cards because we've got cards. We're on our way to the bus. Well, we weren't until Shay went back. But we're on our way to the bus, or the tram. Is it a tram or a bus?
Tram.
On our way to the tram to go to the city to get some food and some drinks, so it should be a good night. All right, so apparently, you guys have been here earlier, but apparently these water fountains is water from the Alps, right?
Yeah.
It's water straight from the Alps, and it's just like a public drinking fountain. It's like an actual fountain, but you can drink it.
This is the first one I've seen in all of Europe.
Fill her up.
Fill her up. There's some really cool
Yeah,
ones
this is
though.
another one.
Good?
Yeah, this is by far the
Cold,
least.
too. It's really
It's free
cold.
water. In
This-
Switzerland, anything free, it's a good sign because it's ridiculously expensive here. Shay's hyped. This is his dad's name on this sign. He's taking a picture. And after walking around Zurich this evening, we finally settled, unfortunately, to our bank accounts. It was pretty expensive, but I think we all got the same thing, except for Claire got different. But it's all schnitzel, and it all looks fantastic, so we're ready to dig in. Alright, yes, it is next day. Yesterday we got to Zurich and it was, by the time we like went out after we were done at the hostel, it was like 6 p.m. and it was dark, so I didn't really record anything, so I'm like, I'll just throw these 2 videos together. So here we are, bright and early. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning. The 2 of us are headed off on a little day trip. The other 3 are going straight to Lucerne tonight. But we're going on a little day trip and then we're gonna meet them in Lucerne later tonight at like 9 o'clock. So today should be fun. Gotta take advantage of the free Alps water. And after 1 bus and 1 train, Josh and I have made it to our destination for the day, which is Vaduz, Liechtenstein, country number 8 on this journey. For those who don't know where it is, it's a very, very, very small country similar to Andorra between Switzerland and Austria. So that's where we're at for today. And then we're gonna train back later in the evening, bus to the train to Lucerne at like 6 o'clock, 6:30. So we're here all day. All right, so first things first, just like Andorra, we are trying to figure out a place to get a map. So we are right here. We walked to this information, but it was just like a kiosk. It was like closed, which is weird. What day is today? Saturday, right? No, it's Friday. Which is strange.
10:30 a.m.,
right. So we're gonna try to go. We're right here. We're gonna try to go to this one, and if we're not, then we're screwed. Number 1 priority here is to get a free passport stamp, and they had an advertisement at this one, so you can get your free passport stamp here. Well, not free. You have to pay for it, but you can get a stamp in your passport. And it was closed, so we gotta find it. We gotta find it. Hey. Well, that was much easier than it was in Andorra to find this place. We're getting good at this thing. This whole finding the information desk in the super small countries. All right, mission accomplished. Our map has been found. Mission, get up there. Not a big fan of this uphill walk. 37 degrees and we gotta take our winter coats off. It's leg day, man. It's leg day. It's not even just like a average hill. This is a steep hill. Calves are burning. Shout out to Jeffrey. Shout out to Jeffrey and his calves.
And Nahan, but mostly Jeffrey.
All right, so here's some facts about Liechtenstein. We were wondering about this. We were gonna Google it to make sure so we didn't sound like idiots, but it is the only, so obviously it's like one of the smallest countries in the world. It's the only principality with like a monarchy. So there's a prince. That's where we're headed. That castle up there, that's the prince. That's where the prince lives. So it's the only principality. So like the microstates, the only one in the world that still has a monarchy. And I think they deviated from the Roman Empire. I think they're the only monarchy principality left of the Roman Empire. So that's what makes this country cool. We weren't 100% sure about it. We knew it was something along those lines, but we didn't want to sound like idiots, so we're gonna Google it, but then we're like, oh, look at this sign. It explains exactly everything. And another sign confirms our speculation. They were occupied by the Romans in 15 BC. We're smart. We know our stuff.
Exactly.
And another history lesson, thanks to these random signs on this pathway. So, 1719, they became independent and sovereign, breaking off from the Roman Empire. And we saw this, where is it? This fun fact. Oh, 1868, the abolition of the army. So they have no army. So they are obviously a peaceful principality. Yes. So yeah, this is some cool facts. But that was the coolest one. I didn't know they didn't have an army. Just kidding. One more geography lesson. Area of the state, 106 kilometers squared and 34,000 inhabitants. So when we were in Monaco, Monaco actually has 37,000 inhabitants. So there's less people here, but Monaco is only 4 kilometers squared, and this is 160. I don't know if this. I know Vatican's the smallest. Monaco's the second smallest. I don't know. This might be the third.
San Marino.
San Marino might be smaller. Andorra's. I don't think Andorra's smaller.
No,
I think Andorra's bigger.
A little bit bigger, yes.
But anyways, yeah. I don't know if the 5 European microstates are the smallest countries, because there's some small islands too.
There are.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
A lot of them are just territories.
We'll have to look it up. And here we have history of the prince. Liechtenstein is ruled by a prince, kind of like, no, I mean Luxembourg's Grand Duke, but they don't have a king. They are not ruled by a king, they are ruled by a prince. The current prince is Prince Hans Adam II, the 13th prince. It's not that many, considering they were founded in 1712, according to the other sign. That's not many.
That was the first prince, lasted until 1712.
Right, well, yeah, the first prince lasted in 1712. That's when they got their independence,
yes,
around that time. So Hans Adam is only the 13th, so that's not that many, which is, interesting. All right, this might be the most interesting. So this is like the history of the current princely family. We assume it's the current one. We don't know. This sign could be old. But this man was born the year that World War II ended. This prince. I think prince is usually, you connotate the word prince with like a young, handsome chap. But he's born in 1945, got married in 67, and his children, his youngest child was born in 73. So
some of these children are older than my dad.
Yes. So very interesting. Maybe one of these is the current prince. We don't know. We'll have to find out. And last but not least, as we approach the castle, here is some facts on the castle. This thing was first mentioned in 1322, which is absurd. That's a long time. That's like 800 years ago, almost.
Yes.
And since 38 has been the home of the ruling princes, and is not open to the public, unfortunately, but we can go on the outside. So that's where we're heading up there now. And at the end of this path, so it concludes our history tour of Liechtenstein.
We hope you learned a lot.
Well, we made it. It's cold up here. We put our coats back on. Alright, and our journey up this path into the castle is complete. As you can see, Josh has his beanie on. Yes. I have my beanie on. It's all of a sudden it's freezing. I think it just got really windy up there, so it's freezing. But we got some views here through. You can't really see them through the trees, but there's this you can kind of see it if it'll focus. There's like that ledge out there. We took some pretty cool Instagram-worthy pictures. We haven't decided if we're gonna use them yet. We still gotta decide, but it was a great view. Too bad, the only thing that's bad about this is it's cloudy.
Yes.
If it wasn't cloudy, like you'd see the Alps there, like blue skies, snow-capped Alps, like that'd have been perfect. But we just got unlucky. At least it's not raining. It said it was supposed to rain like all day today. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, it hasn't rained yet. And it looks like the sun's trying to peek out, so maybe we'll get lucky there. Alrighty, and after that, actually pretty fantastic hike. I really enjoyed that. We have stopped for a bite to eat. I got pizza, Paul's got pizza. I mean, you can call it cheap in relative to everything else here, but it was still pretty expensive. Everything in here is expensive. So this wasn't too bad, so we hopped on it. It looks really good though. And after that, I would say fairly satisfying lunch. We paid a lot for it, but it was worth it. We made it to, I don't know what you want to call this area, but I think this is like, it looks like it could be some government building. I mean, we know we went to the castle, which is up on top of this mountain, but it looks like it could, there's a flag flying on the front, and there's not many flags flying around here, so it might be some parliamentary building. Anyway, there's a plaza there, and then we're in this kind of area with this statue of this dude. I mean, if I knew German, I would know what that says, but I don't know. He's probably important. And then we got this pretty neat cathedral. I don't know if we can go inside it, but we're gonna go up and look at it. It's got a pretty nice clock tower. This is a pretty nice area. It looks like kind of the older part of the city, which is, I mean, it's very, very, very small. It's smaller than Andorra was, but it's nice. It's definitely nice. It's a nice area. And for the first time ever, or not ever, since we've been in Europe, we've found a public table to sit at and play cribbage. Every single other country or place that we've been, we have not found one area with just, we found like public chairs and like benches, but not a table. So we are pumped. And you know, who would have, it's never in doubt, we had to play a game here. Every country, we got to play a game in every country. Anyways, I think that if it wasn't such a dreary and cold and cloudy day, this could be the spot. This could take over Andorra as the best cribbage spot. Number one, because we have the table. Number two, it's so quiet. There's no one around here. There's a creek in the background that you can barely hear. There's like a pond here. The birds are chirping. It's just, it's a great scene right here. And there's the Alps in the background, except you can't really see them because they're cloudy, but it's a great scene here. Good times. All right, Paul, tell them what happened.
Well, when the series started, it was even at 0-0, and then at the end, somehow it was 4 games to 0.
Paul swept me 4-0, and we only played 3 games. He skunked me the first game, so he got 2 wins, and then he beat me twice. This is the farthest I got. Game 1, he skunked me by 1. Game 2, I barely passed the skunk line, and this is game 3. 4-0. He destroyed me in Andorra, and he destroyed me here. It's the small countries.
Small countries.
It's just not for me.
Those are mine.
It's just not for me.
Home turf.
All right, we're warping a little bit into the night after another bus and 2 trains. We've arrived here in Lucerne, Switzerland, which is our destination, our location for tomorrow. I'm rolling up to the hostel now, so we're gonna end it. Tomorrow is going to be an absolutely fantastic day. I am so excited. I don't think I've been more excited for one day yet so far this year. Tomorrow's gonna be amazing. So like I said, we're ending it now, but be sure to stick around. Hope you guys enjoyed today. I thought it was really fun. Another small country, checking out the list. And like I said, tomorrow's gonna be awesome, so be sure to stick around and we'll see you guys then.